Hey, greetings, fellow challengers. In this segment, I'm just going to talk about what I did and didn't do for the last 2 weeks. But yeah, stay tuned. Cue the music. So, hey, fellow challenge brothers and sisters of the 21-day quarantine body shift. I hope you all are doing well and that you're living your life by design. So, sorry, a little late today because actually today is the start of the about 2 months training class that I am attending. So today's the day one of goal setting. So kind of perfect of what we're doing. But yeah, as of now, it's still going on. But hopefully to catch the replay of that. So with that said, if you are joining me here live, hashtag live in the comments. If you're watching the replay right after, then hashtag replay. So what's happening is I am streaming this on three different platforms at the same time. So instead of me, you know, downloading it and uploading it at different times, might as well do it all at the same time. So with that said, I'll be able to see your comments instead of going on a different all three different chats, and it will show up like this. Hopefully, it shows up. There'll be a little bit of a delay, but yeah, it will show up as interesting. So I'll be able to see like your comment here, or probably your profile, and also your username, so I know who's on live. So yeah, it'll be like this. So yeah, hopefully you all are doing well. Today is January 4th, and for most of you, today is kind of like really the new year, right? And I wonder if you guys can relate to that. Like, New Year is kind of day off, but then it's kind of like at the same time, it's uh it's not really your regular routine of doing things. So if you are a Monday to Friday kind of person, right? That your day starts out on a Monday, then yeah, that's pretty much our version of saying Happy New Year. Let's get it done. Let's start 2021 on our own terms, and living that life by design. So yeah, the topic today is basically you know that of what I did the last 2 weeks and what I didn't do the last 2 weeks. So majority, like I said, it's not doing a lot towards working on the business. Actually, today is kind of like day one, and I do apologize ahead of time. I kind of bought equipment to really get the start. I hope, trying to get a lot of things at the same time, especially these last few days. At the same time, rebranding, just really having a fresh start to 2021, rebranding, even changing up the music and the format of things, trying to get a little intro set up, and then at the end, just putting what you call it, getting ready for like a podcast set once I familiarize myself with the podcast format, and yeah, just emphasizing more on creating YouTube as one of my main channels, one of my main sources of reaching out to a lot more people. So hope you guys like the quality. I kind of bought two things, poor man version of streaming equipment. So actually, what you're seeing right now, like if you guys can see the quality of the camera, and I am definitely seeing a huge difference. Let's see if I can do this on. So the camera you're seeing right now, and the problem is like I'm not looking at it. I got used to looking at my computer screen camera, right? But then obviously now I'm not using that. I'm using actually my cell phone camera as I save up for a DSL, DLS, a real actual camera. But obviously, everything is a work in progress. So I'm actually using my Galaxy Note 10 Plus camera, and you can see the difference with this one compared to my camera on my what you call it, on my computer. So hopefully you can get both sides. So obviously you can see a huge difference, and obviously, like I said, I'm trying my best. I'm probably gonna have to prop this up. Let me see if I can work. So obviously you can if I can show you my workstation at the same time. So obviously that's my camera right now, and let's see, I'm gonna try to prop this up with two things. Hopefully right now it's on a tripod, so I don't want it falling over, but little by little you guys can see my transformation happening over time. Let me do my very best to. So I have three screens, so I'm gonna try my best to work with my two side screens as I put. I know that I'm thinking of planning to change this up too. So I'll have my computer on my left side, and let's see. The problem is, like I said, I am still using. I want to use my camera here, but at the same time, I want to use my microphone. So have this kind of format, and then so I'm away from the screen. But and for the meantime, we'll be working on that later. So I'll have it like this. Anyways, hopefully that doesn't fall over. Like I said, just doing my best to just provide that quality for you guys. So let me switch back there. And now it's a little too high, and hopefully you guys can still hear me. Give me one sec. Perfect. All right, and let me adjust it. Okay. So yeah, this camera that you see now is muted, which is my phone. So because I've also invested on a mic for my PC, so which is a better quality. But hoping, all right. All right, hopefully that works, and I can be looking at you directly and not talking to the side. But yeah, actually, so yeah, right now just I am have for the next probably 6 to 7 weeks, or up to February 18. I'll be in a classroom setting or online classroom setting live using the same platform StreamYard, but through I'm dedicating these next 3 months, at least building the habit towards learning Groove funnels, Groove pages, Groove cart. The platform Groove inside out to better help and serve my community. So I did what I did do for the next few last 2 weeks is basically, you know what, I spent time with my family. Most important, the reason why I went into, prioritizing my health is to be with my family a lot more, right? One sec, let me fix this. Perfect. So yeah, it's just to spend more time with my family, and interacting with my two boys. Even the other day, we I downloaded an app of quizzes, right? And uh, multiple choice, just like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and streamed it on the TV. And yeah, me and my two boys were asking questions on. Are trying to answer the quizzes, and you get to know what the type of persons, or what information that my kids were learning. And obviously, what my youngest son is more of the uh, you know geography, right? And I find out like both my boys don't know anything about cars, but even myself, I do not know too much about cars. But definitely, I look at the car that that definitely does not look like a Mercedes Benz or an Audi, right? So yeah, just to really engage with my family. And definitely, especially this here in North America, these last 2 weeks, they're both off from school. So this is the best time than any than to spend time with the family. And that's what basically I spent the last 2 weeks. And it's not that I didn't do anything on my online business. uh, I did follow one of my core values is learning, and learning from a lot of people on YouTube. I'm a heavy podcast junkie as well, learning from various speakers. Following, I learned a few people that I enjoyed listening to, and hopefully, be able to share that content with you, my audience, my challengers, on helping you guys on on your journey towards happiness, and feeling more fulfilled, and at the same time, most importantly, reducing the stress and the overwhelm in your life. So uh, it's it's definitely a breath, or a sigh of relief, just how much we put um, how much we listen to the voices in our heads, and at the same time, how much we don't appreciate ourselves, or how much I don't appreciate myself on making something that is harder than it should be, because uh, something that what I don't know is because I just don't know it as of now, right? But you know, uh, if you slowly learn something, and being real that it's gonna be a process, and at the same time, you know uh, practicing, but also not just practice makes perfect, but perfect practice makes perfect. And what that means is either have a coach or a mentor, or someone who really loves what you are planning to learn, and loves to bring value without at the same time, uh, to everything there's a price. Obviously, there is, you know uh as much as they're giving much value, obviously, they're giving their time free to pay back. But at the same time, they have a business to run. So obviously, if you can create, you know value, if you can succeed and create results with the free content, and and that stuff will be able to pay for your continuing education, right? In this life, it's always about continuing to educate yourself in the fields of that what you are passionate about doing, and that you know it's a life long mission to do. And it kind of pains me at the same time. I This morning I was at work, and I greeted one of my coworkers a happy new year. How One of the main questions I did ask him is what what goals or habits does he want to form and create this year. And obviously, his question or his answer is basically, the same thing I've been doing every year, and it's basically, working working to the ground, right? And uh, sometimes we come to the point where we lose that vision. We accept the life that has given to us. There's a right and no wrong way to think about it, but at the same time, you know unless you're feeling happy and fulfilled, and this is just a hobby that you want to do and whatnot, you know we should not be we shouldn't what's the term called, we shouldn't settle for stuff that, if we don't feel happy or fulfilled, right? We should continue to grow, learn, ask questions. Most importantly, there's no stupid question. The only stupid thing you can ask is not ask at all. And then your whole day is wondering what is the solution, what is uh, a way to get started towards the answer that will really benefit you and make sense to you, right? Instead of figuring out a lot of things through the dark, right? So I mean, yeah, I was most definitely, like I said, I spent sometime bulk working all the stuff that I can do online, and that going back and forth transitioning. And that's one of the main lessons yeah, this morning, this training, and which is still going on here on my screen here. If I can share briefly, hopefully it'll be very brief. Obviously, like I said, I gotta practice working this on the two side screens. So there we go. So right now they are training. It started at 10 a.m. PST, but I have to be here and show up for you guys. This is kind of, especially for my community, this is kind of like in the middle of the day or in the after lunch break. And for me, this is the only time that can work for me, especially when I wake up. I come home from work at 10 or just past 10, especially today. Just get a little bit snack and mentally prepare myself. I was kind of like doing, listening to the online trading while on my drive home and into just fit, uh, 10 minutes heading into this live stream, right? So yeah, it's these next 7 weeks or up to February 18, 19 will be very, very pivotal to this launch in 21. So I'm investing majority of my time into this because basically I feel myself this is going to be very important to a lot of people, right? When especially there are a lot of uncertainties right now, and we do not know. I mean, we are expecting this pandemic to last until April, once everybody, at least gets their vaccines, and from that on, especially this variant is mutating from the UK, and travel people are still traveling, so it's once again hitting other countries now, right? But yeah, I mean, we don't know how long, even though it's a brand new year, it doesn't change the situation at all, right? All we can do is change our mindsets, replan our goals to most definitely work with uh, with what we can do, and at the same time be creative of finding answers for ourselves to hitting our goals. Hold on once I can also take off. Hopefully that's just perfect. All right. So yeah, this is the thing of having two different cameras. And like I said, the quality of the pictures looks great for sure. Uh, but obviously, I feel more comfortable with using this mic for sure, and being more engaged with you guys is most important to me. So yeah, I mean, I love the training that I am listening to now. I mean, it kind of reinforces what I'm already training and what I already learned. And this obviously, I love Donna Fox for her beautiful mind and how she approaches things. Yes, it it may be you know at the same time, for some people might think it's in your face, but at the same time, I rather have someone who's very honest and who what's the term, live honesty on their sleeve, and just tell you how they feel than sugarcoat things. And then at the same time, it doesn't really benefit you, it doesn't really benefit me, knowing that how I approach things doesn't work in the real world, or majority of people uh, uh, don't feel or react the same way to how I approach things. So it's always good to say how you feel, and at the at the same time, you know emphasize that you are doing it on their behalfs, and do not really push too much for there, but most definitely be honest on how you feel, and don't sugarcoat it. And definitely, it'll be up to them to filter what will work for them, and take it for if it will really improve them, right? But yeah, most definitely, this is what having the 2 weeks. But at the same time, my running hasn't been there. I did run the first week on the treadmill, but it definitely, the treadmill was not no fun at all. I was not able to run how I felt. I definitely wasn't able to run uh, on like my mechanics on how I run, because obviously, but going by feel, right? The treadmill just goes one speed on when you set it. It doesn't adjust to fatigue, or it doesn't adjust. It just goes one speed, and obviously, you can really exercise if you feel like you feel good and you speed up. Then you speed up is like you on the road compared to the treadmill. So definitely wasn't able to run my very best, and obviously, the results on the treadmill does not sync up to your actuality. So, but yeah, that was the first week. That was the only run I had, but I was trying to run next week, but for some reason, on what day was that? I returned on. Let's see. Pull up my calendar. I returned on the 29th. Yeah, but then on the 26th, like Saturday, like I ran my first treadmill. My only run for since the last week was on the 22nd on a Tuesday. And yeah, it just got really busy. But at the same time, I wanted, especially in the 19th, was my son's birthday, and obviously, it, uh, it's about creating more memories, and especially this being his birthday. I celebrated that birthday, had a lot of food, so didn't really felt that great to do my long run on the 20th, and most definitely, like I said, one sec. So yeah, got my 22nd, my only run for the last 2 weeks in. But yeah, for some reason, 26, when me and my wife were out on the errands doing groceries, that hold on, one sec. All right, sorry about that. It's a problem of having the line right next to me. So, but yes, let's see, where did I let off? So yeah, it's just when me and my wife were doing groceries and errands, on the 26th, that my injury seems to be coming back, and it's quite weird. Like I haven't done any serious running at all, especially these 2 weeks, and it's even today. And returning back to work, I felt it at its worst, and it's like feeling that cramping motions on one of my muscles here. Let me see if I can pull it up. Uh, I had to, since I have this prop set up, I gotta move my keyboard, my wireless keyboard on the side. So I showed this to my coach, Justin, that yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that this is coming back, and for some reason, uh, it's let's see, let's go here. And you guys can see that it's this muscle on the outside, the gastrocnemius. Hopefully, I didn't butcher that. Is getting like pretty painful for me, right? Let's see if I can. Obviously, let's see. Can hopefully shows up here. So this muscle here, this is where my original injury was back on. I think it was June 23rd, and that kind of came. That probably started showing up too, right? Even during a few times at my work. So I'm probably gonna have to switch over. Probably that time to switch to new shoes. Unfortunately, with my kind of line of work, transportation, I have to wear steel toes, and I do have orthotics, custom orthotics inside, but I gotta try to do what I can to make those changes. So this outside muscle, especially for both sides, most painful on my right, especially same same side where I had my soleus injury. But yeah, I mean, right now, Justin has reduced my workload for the next 2 weeks for now. Obviously, it's it's quite a bummer that quite started making progress in the right direction, right? But start doing the right training plan towards where am I? All right, here we go. So we're already trying to heading the right direction and feeling great. Mechanics were feeling great uh, and easier to do, but it's unfortunate that this it's for some reason it's coming back. I'm hoping right now I'm back to 5 minutes walk and 1 minute run, 1 minute walk for 6 to 8 sets. But I rather go through the motion right now than getting injured for 6 weeks. So if it's going to take 2 weeks to get back into form, then I rather take the 2 weeks at this pace than risking getting injured for 6 weeks or total 2 months, right? So, but yeah, most definitely, it's that's the only unfortunate side to these last 2 weeks is unable to run at my very best, especially when health is one of the most important thing for me, besides faith, right? So, but a lot of us kind of fail to put so much shame on ourselves, or because of choices that we made. And what it's all about, having those choices and really owning up to it, right? Because uh, having living with regret and living with especially when it comes to you know a eating plan, right? And having an off day, right? Well, is that off day because you were creating memories with your family, right? Those are acceptable days that you can, right? And especially if it's just it was just a meal in that day, right? Obviously, you have the rest of your day to make your adjustments, right? So, or if it's having a wonderful feast on especially ingredients that are not part of your plan, then just if it doesn't make you sick, like for me, like having that keto flu, right? That if it doesn't make you sick at all, then really take that opportunity to to make those adjustments and learn, and most important, get back on the train, right? Get back on make factoring in those foods, right? The most important part of this, not only just the food, is your mindset, right? The most important that you don't really beat yourself over, because it will uh, it will affect your health, and it will affect your overall progress. Just acknowledge that either it's an off day, but or it's about creating the memories. There's one, and there's one thing of trying to hit your goals, right? But also the most important thing is the most important thing is that you don't you don't live the life that you deserve, right? So one of the people that I follow puts in great emphasis is that it's about hitting your it's about living your life rather than or living your goal than hitting your goals, right? Because one is something that is one and done, and the other one is something that you're going to be carrying over for the rest of your life, right? So most important that you live your life to the fullest, and you make those adjustments towards being that person. And that's basically the same, the aspects of the ABC mindset or ABC shift that keep changing the names to really emphasize what uh, I'm coaching, what I'm trying to relay onto my challengers is that hence finding that action first, and then at the same time, once we have the actions established, then visualizing in full on who do you need to become, who's that person, what does success really looks like for you when you do reach that goal. Because saying I want to lose 10 pounds is way too vague. But and then seeing it on a scale is another, is hitting the result. But at the same time, you want to keep those 10 pounds off, or you want to make sure you don't fall back to where you first got started, or at the same time falling back to old habits, right? So how does this version of yourself, and especially for the trading this morning that's still going on, what does this persona, what does this avatar of you look like? What what hats do you have to wear to you know in, embody this version of you, or this what this success looks like? So you know it could be like, most important, like as much as people say it's not about you know a diet, but most importantly the lifestyle created, right? I did get a comment, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have the chance, once again, uh, I had a wave here. Let's see. Thank you. Oh, interesting. But yeah, please head over to streamyard.com. It's in the link above, so that I can see your comments as well. Thank you, though. Thank you for being here and greeting me as well. Try this. But anyways, yeah. So realize who you need to be, and that's why I am doing treating this now as a 3 month goal. Basically, I am actually treating it as what you call it, uh, a New Year's goal, right? So having my New Year's, and that's the thing. When we create resolutions, we try to treat it that we gotta achieve this in 12 months. It doesn't have to be that way. We can treat it as having a date, most importantly, on when we want to achieve this goal. And a lot, it could be a lot of things. Probably the two major things when creating New Year's resolution is basically resolutions around your health, and at the same time resolutions on your wealth. And to each of us, it has different meaning, right? And you know it's up to us to create a date for that. And for me, you know with the program now, you guys can see that I am also focusing on the second program or an upgraded version to the free, 21 day and rebranding at the same time. The 21 day, originally called the 21 day quarantine body shift program, but obviously, we got to move forward on this. We got to move forward from this pandemic. Obviously, if I don't have to make the changes uh, today, right? We have to make the changes somewhere down the road. So might as well do that now, while the group is just is starting to grow, right? So yeah, doing changing is especially the 66 days shift challenge. So I need to actually change that to life shift, but to get more niche down, or get more focus in what we're trying to aim at. And it's most important, like the lifestyle changes, right? So yeah, just it takes about an average of six average. Just make sure, just like you guys know, it doesn't have to be exactly 66 days. It can take up to an average of 66 days to develop a habit. So it may take up to 18 days, 21 days, or I seen people, especially a mentor that I follow. It's taking him almost 250 days to build a habit towards empathy, right? And it all depends on the complexity of the habit that you are trying to create, starting off with small dominoes leading to the main habit, or the main, starting with small triggers, working your way towards the main habit that you are trying to develop, right? So obviously, yeah, it's gonna take more than my regular 21 days to program that I first started in October, or the last 3 months of of the of the year of 2020. Getting the program all into place, but at the same time, getting the challengers who were able to get on for the three months into reaching their goals, right? So, but most important, like the 21 days quarantine body shift program, or hopefully gonna rebrand that to the 21 day Jumpstart, or you probably the same thing, life shift program, right? That you know it's just a way to just sample of the program, and basically get you, most importantly, get you started in on your way towards developing a habit. So, but yeah, I mean, right now this concept is back to the foundation that of what this program is all about, mixed in with a lot of various mentors that I follow to have the finished product. And it comes down to uh, the one that I'm following is the one thing, right? See if I can pull that up, which is actually they are doing a 66-day challenge starting on January 1st. But obviously, a lot of us do have our challenge that's happening today. And for me, my day one for my 66-day challenge is today. So right now, I am investing on just learning the Groove platform to really address the wealth side, because for me, I already have my coach regarding my health. And oh boy, one sec, give me one. Okay. this is day one with the new format and everything. So just give me some time. Hopefully, I can get this the habits of looking on my phone right now as my main camera and working the sides as my share screen and my studio of switching back and forth through slides. So once again, thank you guys so much for your patience as well and joining me here. And hopefully, like I said, once everything gets developed and habits are created, and I am planning to do a lot of things. Well, hopefully implement a lot of things one task at a time, one habit at a time. Hopefully, most important is that I don't become a jack of all trades. I am want to master one thing, and it's this coaching program, and especially most importantly, in just reducing, just living. Just a happy and more fulfilled life, which also at the same time, reduces the other side of it is the stress, and health and wealth just goes hand in hand. That you can't have one without the other. That yin yang approach, that you have to have. You can dedicate yourself towards your health, right? But at the same time, uh, it does take some income to keep yourself healthy, and at the same time, you can work yourself down into the ground, but then you're jeopardizing your health. So it's just finding that balance in between, uh, to live a happy and fulfilled life, and a healthy one at best, right? Is which is more important, so you can really maximize the life that is given to you. And hopefully, I'm able to continue to provide value for you, so that you can take these tips, these strategies, with value, and implement it in your days. And obviously, like I said, your success is my success, and just gives me that drive to keep moving forward, and just creating stories, creating results, creating that legacy to create a difference, right? And you guys are here, you're spending your time with me. You're that you're the family that you are part of my family. So hopefully, we can all not only just me moving forward with the life that I want to design, and not living a life by default, but at the same time, I can bring all of you with me, and obviously, we will be able to put this pandemic behind us and have a huge head start to the future. Have a head start to this 2021, and each day, each week, each month, heading into 2022, that it just we become a better version of ourselves. We are on the track to hitting that goal in the future, at the same time, but at the same time also living in the moment, and just soaking it all in, and getting that drive to be the best version of ourselves. So like I said, for me, now I'll be stretching myself, and hopefully my challengers will adopt this new scheduling, that actually, in fact, I've been doing for the last no, last few years, right? Until I started really wanting to invest in myself, and it's just coming back in full swing once again. Something that I've been doing for years. So in the business world, they call it Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. But for me, it's it's for me it's a life shift, and at the same time, it's creating these habits one habit at a time, and not becoming a jack of all trades. So definitely, what habits do you guys want to implement for these next 3 months, right? If you can choose only one out of the many things that you want to achieve on your journey, right? That which one is gonna serve you on your journey right now, especially if it's gonna lead into making all other habits a lot easier. What is that 80% habit that you can all focus on today? So it might not even take this 3 months. It might be faster, or it might take you even more, 6 months, 9 months, depending on the complexity. But most important, getting that, like Donna Fox said earlier on this training, which just happened to finish right now. So I'll be wrapping up very soon. That what is for her saying the kiss the frog. What is that ugly slimy frog that you can kiss first, right? Getting that huge task out of the way, and then the rest, all the not so ugly slimy frogs are just easier to stomach later, right? When you get the most crucial, most hard, most out of the way, right? Then the rest just is easy. So obviously, the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan would like to say, what is the one thing that you can do today that will make all things or easy or unnecessary? So um, what's the habit that you guys can focus on uh, these next, at least these next 3 months, right? That you can develop that will make all the rest easier to accomplish. Because once you go through this task, this process, and obviously, like it will be, it can be broken down to smaller segments, smaller triggers, smaller dominoes to lead into this. That's why obviously 3 months. What will it be for you? For me, like I said, I want to learn about uh, about the the groove funnels. I've been putting it up for so long, especially when I got started back in, I think is in June or early July. That this really can help a lot of people. In my heart, this can help a lot of people. Just getting started in you know living their life by design, right? And it you know and like I said, it will fall on the wealth side, but at the same time, you know just heard this concept, like I said, Spotify podcast junkie, uh buying your time back, right? Just really, you'll envision, like, put that in the mindset, like you are working on this to buy your time back, so that like for me, you know being able to utilize that time not only for your growth, but also creating that mindset, creating that environment for your family. Just realize this as well. Just realize this as well, that um, you are the primary educator. You and your wife, or your spouse, your husband, your partner, are the primary educators of for your your children. They are the first. You are the first that they sponge off. The secondary, yes, you're the teachers and their what you call it, the people that are helping educate them. They are part of the education for your kids, but they are just secondary. You know, the values, right? They can just tell you. They will teach your kids. The book smarts and the knowledge needed for application in their workplace, or their careers, or in their business. But you are the primary educator in their upbringing, their values, uh, shaping who they are. uh, is is all up to you, right? And for me, uh, building the habits on my health, exercising at home, going out on my runs, it that becomes not only a routine for me, but then your kids will know you for that, right? They will know you that this is something that's important to you. And obviously, you know having the results, consistency, the habits, the joy, that will pass on to them. So unfortunately, right now, my cat, I should have charged my phone, but we are reaching the 1 hour mark. So like I said, you know if you need to take that off time to create memories, do so. But don't live in regret. You are creating memories, and just get back on it when you are fully engaged, right? Because if you're going through the motions, you're going through life by default, then obviously, you know you are not mastering what you need done. So once again, thank you so much for spending time with me. Next Thursday, this coming Thursday, will be Ask Me Anything. So feel free to leave comments, questions in the post, and I will get back. I will answer it on Thursday. So once again, don't forget to like this video. If you guys had the chance, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that will help reach out to a lot more people, and bring more value to them. So yeah, thank you so much for your time, and hopefully I can help you on your journey. So now this is will be a new thing, hopefully, for here on out, uh, an outro video, for hopefully set this out and switches over to podcast in the near future. So, but might as well get started now, and then when that time happens, you guys will be able to hear me on on a podcast, right? So on your drives, or just listening on the side. So once again, thank you so much. But let's really crush it this week. All right, thank you and take care.